somebody say bummy. Get yourself some bummy clothing at bummygod.com. That's bummy, GAWD.com.
What's up, guys? It's the Commissioner Matt Archer back here with you for another episode of the Commish Corner. Got my host in here, Zach. Say hi, Zach.
Hello, everyone.
And just so we're clear, Bush is out for work this week, so we got a guest host, Cody, with us. So we will definitely
how's it going, everybody?
Say hi to him. We'll see how Bush's work schedule works out over the next couple of weeks and see how that goes. So we're back in it. We're back. How's your guys' week going?
I'll let Cody go first, the special guest.
Week's going good so far, man. Just been really busy with school and, had a good Easter hanging out, and I'm excited to get back and watch some football this week.
Some football.
Mine was very busy because I'm out of town starting next Friday. So
next Friday.
I have
cool.
So I will not be here next Friday, so it's you and Cody running the show.
Me and Cody?
Yep.
I might be running solo.
Oh. Okay, we'll see.
Rumors they got a new commish coming in soon, so I might not be here either.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah. So
we're handing it all over to Raph, and I'm riding off into the sunset.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all know how well it went when you owned the Spartans and were the commissioner, so.
Hey, I've never owned the Spartans while being the commissioner. Don't try to get me all choked up over here, tripping on myself. Absolutely not. Come on now, y'all gonna do me dirty like that? I know we've been on break for a while, but fuck.
Oh man, I had to throw. It's been too long since I took a shot at you. So
it's all right. I'm gonna talk mad shit about the Rebels tonight, so
that's
it's
fine.
all good.
That's fine.
We can jib jab, but I'll keep it real with the Spartans too.
Yeah,
that fucking uneducated OC they got, they're not scoring no points tomorrow. That's my prediction, bro.
In that hashtag 330 defensive lineman they got,
they had to move him inside because he was too slow. He couldn't get the outside no more. Couldn't get the edge. So, but we'll see. I'll leave.
We'll talk about that.
We'll leave it up to Petty Sunday. We'll let Petty Sunday
That's
roast him and do the 3:30 club. I got to start getting to the gym. I'm about to hit 3:30 myself. So, literally, guys, I got like candy boxes next to me. So
that's his third box already.
Hey, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. That's the first one since you've been here.
I got here at 7:15. I've seen you open 2 already.
You're so this motherfucker. Oh no. Anyways, let's get right into it. My week was shitty. Thanks for asking. All right, guys.
How was your week, Matt?
My week's
Please
been
explain.
fine. My week's been very up and down, honestly.
Yeah.
Got a lot of new things happening. Our companies are just driving pretty good. So I'm just busy, like everybody. I haven't been around the fields much, so I'm just been in and out. But all good things coming down the pipeline. So I see you, Big Mac. Dang, they're already in the comments already. Tanner Swanger. Who's that guy? Does that name ring a bell? Tanner Swanger?
Tight end for the Canes.
Oh, that's why. He only stands on the field. My bad. I know who they're talking about. That's the 8-foot tall dude, right? The big guy.
They have a couple of really big dudes.
All I know is one of them should be playing basketball, not football. But that's beside the point. So, but anyways, let's get right into it. We want to give some shout outs to Steve Barajas at Art Beast Design for holding down the merch the weekends at the games. We definitely will are looking forward to having some more stuff out there this week. I know Cactus Field will be officially on sale for those guys that want to get some. They'll be there at the games. And we got Mr. Andrew Jones. Let me minimize this real quick. There we go. Mr. Andrew Jones doing the voiceovers for us throughout the show. Old Man Jones. And then we got Dinosaur Shane. I had to move Shane to the dinosaur category. So I know he'll end up watching. And then, of course, my man, bro, hitting it with the Bummy God clothing. If you guys don't know anything about that, look him up online. He's got a bunch of stuff in there. Cool. Got those guys in and out of the way. Any topics you want to bring up right now before we get into the games?
I don't know. I mean, I really got nothing. I mean, it was weird being off for a week. Okay. I know we were gonna play, but Tucson, the schools. I'm not blaming the Thunder. I'm blaming the schools.
Oh, the schools suck down there,
it's the schools that are being awful.
And we can get into that later when we get on the topic of the Thunder and the Outlaws playing 7 and why we had to rearrange the schedule. So I know we got some flack from that. Sorry, guys, I'm having some issues with this mic holder.
No, you're good.
Try not to get all in the frame. So cool. Let's jump right into it.
Cool.
Got our first game. We've got the Rebels and Spartans playing at 10 a.m. At Legacy, we moved. It was 1 p.m. Got moved to 10. So hopefully Raph can get up, and I don't even know. Are you going to go to sleep tonight, or are you going straight from work to the game? Oh, he's definitely playing like dog shit tomorrow. He can be over there. What's that when they take the pre-workout just straight from the can?
Dry scooping.
Yeah, he's gonna be dry scooping fuel in his nose and shit. But anyhow, so I'll let you guys start off. Go ahead, Zach. What's your thoughts on this game? You can't.
Well, so first things first, I will not be there. I do have to work.
Okay, so you sir can tell everybody what you actually feel.
No. I'm still gonna stay neutral. I'm currently playing still, so I can't. I mean, look, if you want to move the game to 4, then I'll be there, but I know it's a little bit too late for that.
4. No, I can't even.
Yeah, I know. But look, the Rebels, I'll say we know what opportunity we have tomorrow against the Spartans. The Spartans are the top dog. I've given them credit all season long for being the most complete team, or one of the most complete teams in the league. Look, we know, we talked about it Thursday at practice. We know what opportunity we have to, knock off number 1.
Mm-hmm.
We know what it feels like, Raph sitting here right here. We know what it feels like to be the top dog and wanting to knock you, having people wanting to knock you off.
Yeah. Yep.
So, that's it. It's going to be a physical game. I don't think it'll be high scoring. That's really about it. It's going to be another physical one. So, 2 of the top teams in the league going at it. It's going to be one of the better games of the weekend.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, in my mind, I really think that this game this week is definitely the game of the week. I know that the Outlaws and the Thunder, they've got the 7 o'clock game on the live stream, but this is one of the better games that we're going to see this weekend. And I've given a lot of flack against the Spartans this year, man. I haven't picked them in a lot of these games, but man, they've definitely changed my mind, and I'm going to have to give them the edge in this one. For sure, man. And, I've been getting some flack from Dre and guys like Ty and things like that. So definitely time to change my predictions around this week.
Well, good for you, because I'm not changing mine. So, no, but I had some notes here. Like the Spartans, they got to run the ball to be successful. I think Fluker and those guys in the, on the corners and safeties and stuff like that, they're going to have a hard time really trying to adjust to the Spartans will need to adjust to that. So hopefully Uneducated can get it together and see if he can, manipulate that a little bit. Do you guys know if Fluke's still hurt? I don't know if that's inside info or not. I had rumors, birdies, that he was going to maybe be out or he's nursing an injury or some sort.
I'm not sure about that.
To my knowledge, he's going to be there.
Cool. Yeah. I know he'll be there, but all right.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. All right, so we got the Rebels, right? The Rebels for you. You going with the Spartans?
Spartans.
Yep.
Spartans.
All right. I got to be realistic. The Spartans are undefeated, and I don't care what people say. So you just got to go with the top dog until someone knocks them off the perch. So what's your prediction, Cody? What's the score you're looking at?
I'm gonna go 24-10 Spartans.
24-10 Spartans. Zach, no score update for you.
I'm good.
All right. I think it's gonna be 7-3 Rebels. Yep, that I saw it. Look up at the ceiling, everybody. Let's act like Mr. Bush. I said it. 7-3. I don't think the Spartans offense scores on offense. I think they leave it up to their kicker to get the 3 points. So with that being said, we'll go to our first commercial break. And we're back. I got you, Mr. Dre. I see your comment down there. He said 28-0. Wow. We'll get to the comments here. We'll circle back on those guys.
I like that one.
Which one?
The one, it's okay to be honest.
It's okay to be honest.
Yeah. You guys beat someone other than the Hawks, and then we can talk.
Whoa, shots fired. Petty Sunday is on Sunday,
My bad.
sir.
My bad.
We are on Sunday
Sorry.
with the block and Rowe and Mr. Jonte. But anyways,
My bad.
moving on. We have the Titans Phantoms game. This was supposed to be at 4 and got moved to 1. I know people are still in their feelings about this, that, and the other, but it is what it is. Everybody had to move games this weekend. Some guys had to travel. Some guys lost money on a travel bus, so everybody's feeling the heartburn. League's paying extra money to get Legacy, so it is what it is. But let's get in the game. Go ahead, Cody. You first, sir.
This one, right off the bat, I've got to go with the Phantoms here. We had talked about earlier that the Phantoms, the first time they played the Titans, they had 4 turnovers, I think, in the first half of that game. Mm-hmm. That's something that they're going to have to focus on. They're going to have to, protect the football, and if they don't, you're looking at the Titans. The Titans have to be able to sustain, drives. If they get turnovers, they got to convert those turnovers into points, man.
Yep.
But this week, I don't see the Phantoms losing this game. I really don't. The Titans are a good team. Better than what a lot of people might suspect them to be. But ultimately, I think the Phantoms come out on top this week.
I got you too. I think the Phantoms, if they can keep it together, they're going to have to roll through the first half. I think the first time they played these guys, it was 7-0 going into halftime. And one thing I'll give credit to Stretch for is his ability to re-rally the team and get them refocused. Me and Raph have lived through that experience. We've seen it happen multiple weeks throughout the years. So I know Stretch can definitely be a leader and re-rally the troops. The question I have on one of my notes here is, do we see, I always mess up his first name, but Lee, the quarterback that was with the Outlaws originally, do we see him this weekend? Because I don't think he's actually played any games yet.
Oh, is he with the Phantoms now?
Yeah, he transferred in a few weeks ago. They released him back in the beginning of March. So
got it. Look, I think this is the best opportunity for the Phantoms to really get that offense going. They need to get that offense going. It's Titans' last chance to beat a good team, even though the Phantoms have only beat the Thunder, Titans, and Hawks through 7 weeks. Okay, Raph. The only reason I'm reading that is because you literally pointed at it. Raph is sitting right behind the screen, of course. So, look, the Phantoms' defense is going to do its thing. That's a good defensive unit. I've said it every single week. I even said it when we were playing them, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. As long as Mac is on the field,
yes,
the defense will stay
Mac
solid.
and Jaron.
Yep.
Those two together at linebacker, that defense, I think, that defense can get turnovers. I think they'll probably score, honestly, in this week. It's just a matter of, can that offensive line hold up against a very scrappy Titans defense? Because that team is scrappy, they're disciplined, and they play super, super hard. That's what keeps them in most of the games for a while, but then they just get tired.
They get tired, yeah.
They have a ton of guys, but I never see them really rotate, it seems like. So I don't know. But anyway, look, I think the Phantoms are going to take this one for sure. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think the defense gets 1 touchdown. I do think the offense gets in the end zone twice. So I'm going to go 20-0 Phantoms.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm right there with you too on the Titans. They have to convert multiple plays and drives and get more than 5 yards at a time.
Yeah.
I think that's where their Achilles is. They're scrappy, but they always seem to move the ball on a fluke play. I don't know if you've ever actually watched their games. It's a someone jumped a route and missed it. It's a missed tackle. Ref doesn't throw a flag when they step out of bounds or blow the whistle. Just different things that go in their favor. They have to capitalize on that stuff, and I think that's their biggest downfall is they don't capitalize on the mistakes of the other team. We talked about last time, they fumbled 4 times. Phantoms did. I don't think the Titans scored 1 touchdown off one of those turnovers.
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
No, they didn't.
So,
and I'll say the Titans' offensive line, I've said it already, that center, I wish I remembered his name now, but he played at Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he told me his name, I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're on the 2019 team because I've been covering them for a while. So, that interior offensive line, they can get a good push. It's just a lot of times they can't get up to that second level, and especially against the Phantoms, you don't get up to the second level, you're not going very far.
You're not going to make it. Yeah.
So that's why I think they might struggle a little bit in the run game as well. And their pass game it's been there at times, but like you said, it's mostly been on fluke plays. So.
Well, and I think, too, when you talk about the passing, the quarterbacks have to know when to throw the ball away. I think that's the biggest thing I see in semi-pro, especially our league, is the quarterbacks are just scrambling, trying to figure out what to do with the ball. I've heard Coach Aaron say it multiple times in practice years ago when we were together. Me and Raph, is like, if you want your check down and nobody's there, throw the ball away. Like, you have no, especially when you're Conley, who should be playing O-line. You're not KP or Jake or some of these other skilled quarterbacks. Like, you have to throw the ball away. Because what happens, they start zigzagging back and forth backwards, and they lose 20 yards instead of just losing the down. So if you're playing, or if you're watching, listening, that's all quarterbacks. Throw the ball away. Just take the loss of the down. Don't give up 30 yards because you're zigzagging back and forth.
Yeah.
That's just a little friendly advice from a not-so-educated coach. So,
what's your prediction?
My prediction? I'm going to get crucified no matter what. But I think the Phantoms, they're going to struggle the first couple drives just because the Titans are high energy in the first few plays or series of their defense. And once Stretch sees that, they're going to come out ahead. So I think they're going to end up it's going to be like 30-6, I think. Okay. 32-6, right? It'll be in the low 30s. Because if I was owning this team, I'd get a few touchdowns. I'd pull them starters out. Because if you're trying to make a deep run in the playoffs, you can't waste talent and injuries and prone to all that stuff against the Titans. Just keeping it real. Like, you have to manage your players a certain way too. So
yeah, I'm gonna go 31-10 Phantoms in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give the Titans one.
And I do want to say really quick, because Raph brought it up, kind of a self-plug a little bit. I did a story on CC going to Vegas, and that's coming out on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. We actually, I say we like I'm the one that fucking took the pictures. But shout out to CC.
Yep.
Mac. I always screw Mac's last name up.
Just call it CC Mac.
CC Mac.
CC Mac.
Yeah, so shout out to her for becoming the new featured athlete with Fuel. She had her photo shoot this last week. So she'll be representing her flag team and her softball and all that stuff. We're looking excited to see her future and with Cactus Fuel and all of that stuff that's come along with that. But
did a full story feature on her team. So she'll be in Vegas. May 1st, right?
I don't know the actual schedule.
I think it's May 1st. She'll be in Vegas for the Elite 11. So,
that's right, the Elite 11 team. Yeah.
So story comes out in the paper on Sunday, and then I'll post it online Monday, and I'm sure you guys will see it on Facebook too. So
yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it was cool to watch her play too.
Yeah, I was watching some clips. Mac was showing me on his phone. We were hanging out one time, and man, she's definitely got an arm.
Yep.
So
she's got a bright future.
Yeah, she does. No matter where she goes and what she does, she's going to be.
Either way. Yeah.
I'm sure she'll stick to softball. She's been playing that longer, I think. But no.
No, she told me she's liking flag football a little bit more.
Yeah, but you get a scholarship with flag football?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's growing. You can now.
Oh, well,
yep.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Within the next year or two, it'll be a sanctioned sport by the AIA. At least what I'm predicting. Mm-hmm. And I think next year they're gonna have like 30 to 40 teams.
Very cool.
Yep. I don't know if they're gonna play in the spring or the fall yet. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Cool. We'll take just a quick commercial break from the Bummy Guide. We'll be back in a second.
Did somebody say bummy? Get yourself some bummy clothing at bummygod.com. That's bummy, GAWD.com.
It's the big boy shirt you got on. That's why you're
out working though. Nah, it's because you got 15 lights on me and it's hot in here.
Dude, I have to have 15 lights on, or we'll just like we did last week when we were all fuzzy and ziggy.
You're still orange.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just I'm the bad orange man. Orange man, bad. Like Raph over there laughing at me. Hey, whatever. But moving on.
Man.
What's our next category? Oh, the Arizona
Football Federation.
Football Federation. Let's get right into
the media entity that cannot get rankings right.
Correct.
They should just stop.
I did see Petty get like real with these guys. That shit. Listen, I don't manage Petty. I have nothing to do with that other than click the fucking slides on Sunday nights. That's it. Those freaking guys, holy shit. Shout out to Roe and Tossie, whoever wrote that article. God damn. Kept it real. So, but let's get into it. These are the matchups for this weekend. Number one, Vengeance going against the Greyhawks. I don't know if there's any Alliance guys watching, but you're about to get your ass whooped this weekend. And I'm going to leave it as petty as that. I'm not going to get in details. The Greyhawk team is no joke.
Oh, yeah. I can
Those dudes, they are legit football players.
attest to that, man. I remember going up against the Colorado Greyhawks in 2019 in Las Vegas.
Okay.
With the Cavalry Lions after we won the championship, and God, they ran us through the dirt, man. I think they beat us 27-7, and it was, we had no chance whatsoever. So that is a fantastic football team, and the West Valley Vengeance. I mean, they're good, but they have no chance in this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Didn't the Greyhawks also play the Spartans?
Yeah, the first year of
That's
the
what I
CFL,
thought.
I think.
Yeah.
Spartans got the ass whooped.
That Greyhawks team. We were talking about it. Isn't that mainly a travel team anyway?
No, it's straight travel.
Straight travel, right?
It's their team
no.
fee is ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
it's up in the thousands. Not so much like they pay, but they have to pay their own flights, their own hotels. So they tell them, hey, if you're going to play here, it's $8 to $10,000 for the season because most of that's travel costs. But they travel all over, and I know they play in a league in Colorado. I think they start in May, so this is their preseason game. But respect to the Alliance guys to pull that together and have all those three of those teams from that league come down, play back to back to back. So we'll see if they get it live streamed. I'm not sure if they do, but
you can send me and have Cody do the Game of the Week article.
Raph and I were actually thinking about maybe going over there and watching the game, but I don't know. We'll see how the schedule works out.
We can make it work. I'll go over there.
We'll make it work. Nah, we're not gonna give not gonna pull CMX guys over to go watch a football game and out of our league. But regardless, that is going to be a high intense game. So good luck to the Vengeance. But I'm just keeping it real, man. It's going to be I don't say you've never played a team like that, but you're about to experience what. Anyways, I'm shocked. Next one. We'll talk about that one later. The East Valley Rampage against the Tempe Owls.
So I thought I saw a comment with this one that this was canceled. I thought remember I can't remember his name now. The dude that always he played right tackle for the Owls in our league.
The big tall guy, Mike something.
I don't think he's that tall, but no. But he played right tackle, also played D line. Kind of an older dude, but pretty good, strong.
Oh yeah,
you know who I'm talking about, right?
He always had all the tape. He was always
cowboy hat. That's right. He wore the cowboy hat all the time.
I like that guy.
I saw him comment on the Federation post saying that the game was canceled. Now I don't know if he still plays for the Owls, but I know he was very loyal to them, so I would assume. But so I really don't know. But regardless, I'll take if it's still being played, I'll take the Rampage.
The Rampage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Rampage are mad because the Headhunters beat them last week after stacking their team with Vengeance players. So
what?
Oh yeah, no. One of the dudes who I know from the AZFL, he plays for the Vengeance, and he played for the Headhunters last week.
Gatlin, I remember.
Gatlin, yes, yeah, Gatlin.
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was him.
Yeah, no, that's a good dude.
Yeah, but no, one of them for sure was. I think he plays defensive end for the Vengeance. He played for the Headhunters. And he posted something like, "Oh, I had 3 sacks tonight against the Rampage," and I was like, "Wait a minute!" And I realized that Vengeance were off, and DFL still played. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
I'll leave that discussion up to the petty guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Let's get into the next one. We got the Soul Patrol and the East Valley Sting again. I don't even want to talk about this. Soul Patrol by 80. You guys.
What is that, like 2 of the 3 teams they have down there?
They have 3 teams. They
Southern
have
Arizona Football
the
League.
Soul Patrol, the Sting, and the Miners. That's it. Their website says they got 5 teams, but they only filled in 3 right now.
Yeah.
And that's questionable.
So the Sting did get a win, though. They did get a win, 21-0.
You're gonna be petty like that?
Sorry, I forgot it's not
I'm
Sunday.
gonna forfeit.
Hashtag justice for Rampage. No, Soul Patrol by 90.
Wow, what was there? There was 66 the first game, right?
Yeah.
First week they actually played?
I think it was 60, then 66.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I'll go 90 this time.
He's damn. Wow. Okay. Cody, what are your thoughts, man?
Personally, like I've never seen this Sting team play, but just basing off what Zach has been saying, I'm gonna go like 85-0.
Yeah, it's gonna be up there, man. It'll be up there for sure.
Here's a question: if you're the Soul Patrol, do you buy yourself championship rings at the end of your Southern Arizona Football League championship?
No.
Yeah,
No.
they will. John Green, we need you in the chat, bro.
John, how big are the rings going to be? You probably already bought them. So, in the Southern League, yeah, no, look, the second they beat the Sting by that much, give them the title.
Yeah.
So,
It's
you can show up to the, I don't know, if we have like an Arizona playoff or whatever, just show up with your rings already.
No, we're not. CFL's not entertaining none of that bullshit. So, but anyways. All right, we're going to hear a word from Sozo. When we get back, we will talk about the Hawks Canes, and we will get back into some of these chats. We will talk to you guys here shortly. If what?
I was reading the comment there.
If you
Well, there's a
can't
couple
beat-
good ones.
Oh yeah,
If you can't beat them, start your own league with 2 other teams.
I don't even know if you can legally. I don't say legally, but like be recognized in standings if you have less than 6 teams. I think there is some unwritten like guidelines that you have to have in order to qualify to be like a minor league, triple A, and all that stuff. So, unfortunately, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 10 games or 10 teams?
That I don't know.
I think you have to play 10 games.
I would imagine 10 games though.
Yeah.
So
To be like considered within the rankings.
yeah, you see what Raph said? Participation lanyards with the shiny medallions. Here's my question: when they do get the rings or the medallions or whatever, what color are they going to be? Because they've got black and gold, they've got purple, they've got orange, they've got
Who, the Soul Patrol?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
they've got those creamsicle uniforms. They're orange and white. What else am I going to
I'm
call
about
them?
to put your ass on Petty Sunday.
No,
bro.
I don't want to be on Petty Sunday. But I'm not. No, let them handle that. But like they legit have like every color of the rainbow uniform. So like, what color are you gonna make it?
I don't know.
Daniel thinks you have a do rag on.
No, motherfucker's a hat, bro. Stupid. That was last season. You're late to the party, my friend. Do you remember last year when I had the black?
Yeah,
it was
I
like
remember.
the little do rag I just had. It's because
Yeah.
if I wear it right here, like it. You see what I'm saying? It like covers my face up. So
No one can see you. You still have it on us.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong screen. There you go, Daniel. See, that's why I have it backwards, bro. These fucking guys, man. I'm going to miss you guys for sure. All right. Moving on to the next game. What do we got coming up? I think we've got the Hawks and Canes. So I'll start off with you guys first. Go ahead.
I heard no one from the Canes showed up to practice. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, a lot of them were missing anyway.
I
So,
talked to Rob yesterday. We were supposed to go get drinks, but he said he had practice. So I don't know whatever happened to that. I hung out with Raph all night.
No, I mean, look. Let's be honest. Like, I don't know. This
Welcome back, Meech. Yeah.
Cody. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Big Rob, I love you, bro, but you just said something about having 260 put up on you. It's gonna be like 300 after tomorrow.
We talking about points?
Yeah,
allowed?
points again or points
yeah.
allowed. Yeah.
Me
I
and
mean-
Raph were talking about that
Yeah.
yesterday about it being a record at this rate. It'll be over 400 by the time we hit playoffs, and I think that is literally like the world record. I'd have to go look and find. I don't even know if the poverty leagues
You
around
say
the country.
world record.
Like, dude. Hey, it is what it is.
Disrespect. You tell me I'm too petty right now. You just said a world record for points against.
Rob said, "Stop laughing." On a serious note, you guys are almost to the finish line.
Yep.
You've got 4 more weeks. Just finish the season out, regroup. I know Rome's going to try to put some stuff together in the off season, and hopefully it'll happen, with them, and he can bring some extra talent to the team. But the one thing I want to touch base on is the Canes need to use this as a game to let their second and third strings. And they're not being disrespectful to the Hawks. I'm using that as an analogy of you're going to have a tough playoffs. First week you'll be okay, but the second week semis are going to be challenging for any team that makes it to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is preserve those starters. Let the Hawks have their little moment of glory.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say again, to give Big Rob and Rome credit. Look, you guys would 110% be like near the top of other leagues, 100%. I'll give you guys that, and you're not quitting, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
at least they show up.
True.
Yeah,
that's what I appreciate. They come in, they hustle every week.
Yep.
They do what they can, and they move on. So, did we ever see the ghost offense get implemented?
How would you see it? It's invisible. It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
We are definitely treading the petty Sunday line here for sure. No, I just wanted to know if they try to change up the offense a little bit to try to see if they could get that quarterback some better stuff going on. So, Mr. JR, I need my 2 bottles, sir. We had an agreement. 4 sacks and an interception. But anyways.
So what about the ongoing story? Obviously, we know that KP is coming back from suspension.
Yep.
Do we think that he's going to get some playing time this week, or do you think we'll see more of Arturo playing quarterback this week?
That's tough to tell. I don't know. Fisher and I's relationship's more of a friendship type relationship. We don't really talk much about football when it comes to this level of the teams and stuff. So I honestly don't know what he's going to do. Same thing with Rob. So KP is back, but I think they start Arturo just to give him the touches, and then they get KP in to kind of get reacclimated to the team. And because I think who they play the next week? Did we ever look that up?
The Canes?
Phantoms.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to need either one of those guys for sure. So if KP's going to be the RPO dude, they're going to have to get him back, all that stuff. So, but yeah, I think all the suspended players from week 3 are all back this week. Or at least they're eligible. I don't know if they're going to beat the games or not, but
yeah. Predictions, I'll go 40-0.
40-0.
Just so I hold up my 300 points estimate against the Hawks.
I'm gonna go 52. We'll go 52-6. I know we saw. I'll give the Hawks one. I know we saw when they played the Outlaws, they had some good special teams playing and got some kick returns for some touchdowns. So, I've played with a lot of the guys on the Canes before, and I'm not disrespecting, that team or that defense or their special teams in any way, shape, or form. But, even with the Hawks, playing like they've played this year, that's still a team that you can't really look, you have to come into this game and be competitive no matter who you're playing up against, and you can't look past this Hawks team, because if you do, then something bad might happen.
That is true. You have to definitely, keep them within arm's reach.
But again, I do give them 6 points this game.
Does it come on a kick return?
I think it comes on a special teams play.
Yes, I'm going to say it comes off special teams.
I agree.
Special teams. How many interceptions does Jake have?
I don't know. I think he might only have 1 this year.
Oh, no, I'm talking about tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Talking about on the year. I'm gonna
only say 1. I don't think they even try to go deep, honestly.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 if anything.
Yeah. If the OC's smart, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
He should just be doing
I think
short 5-yard routes
short dump routes, and then try to let your athlete go run away from.
I don't watch film.
Let's be honest.
But I know my business partner does over here to the right. So, if you are a Hawks OC, you need to go back and watch the Canes Spartans game and watch how they picked on those linebackers. Just a little word of advice. Right, Raph? He said, I don't know. I can't read this, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hawks score 6 before the Canes get 30. They win.
He said if you're the Hawks OC, you resign. That's, wow. Okay.
Wow.
But as far as score goes, I think Fisher gets, 3 or 4 touchdowns on, and then he pulls all those starters and he puts the second string guys in. And so it'll be a low scoring game. And I shouldn't say low. It'll be a lower than 60. I think I'm right around 30 to 6 is where I'm at. Only because they pull all the first string guys and go to the second string so they can get playing time.
If it gets to that point, you know what I want to see? Daryl against Rob.
Daryl and Blue.
Like Daryl go to defensive end and go up against Rob at tackle.
Or vice versa.
Or either way, yeah.
Because one of them's got to push the other one. So
yeah, that's what I want to see.
So if Dobbins is on defense and Big Blue's on offense, who gets the pancake?
I don't think either of them go to the ground.
They both fall. Raph said it before we could get it out of our. He said they both fall. Oh man.
Blue said, "I'll work Daryl Dobbins." They just go and lean on each other.
Hey, where's my big man Darren? I don't know if y'all know this, but I did try to play football, believe it or not. I suited up. I was like Big Blue. I suited up and stood out on the field. But we played the Lions our first year. Me and Darren were so tired. We literally would say hike and we would start playing patty cake, bro. Like we literally just stood there and stared at each other. So that's how I envision these two guys. They just hike and they just touch each other's shoulders and just stand there. So what do we got next? Are we done with that game? I think we did. We'll jump through some of that. And I'll just end on that. Hawks, you guys are doing a hell of a job just keeping it together. That's enough respect in that from me. You got 4 more games left, so the end is in sight. Just push through. At this point, it's just about having fun. I mean, let's just keep it real. You're not gonna. I don't see you winning the ship. You're playing one game in the playoffs, so just have fun now. Don't try to go out there and get frustrated and just have fun. So
trick plays, run them.
Oh yeah, do all that crazy stuff. I would.
Why not?
You guys hear me talk about the 45-yard field goal we tried to attempt on the Stampede when I was being the head coach. They were kicking our ass, and we didn't know how far our kicker could actually kick in a game. So I throw him out there and see what happens. I think we missed the goalpost by about a yard.
Pull out the annexation of Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Daryl, if you get your first sack, I'll give you $50. If you get a sack, now it has to be like you actually getting it, and not him running into you.
Yeah, you're not half a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and he runs up to you.
I will give you $50 if you get your first sack.
We need a Raph and Rock a Baby sack.
Oh God!
So
could you imagine Daryl doing the Rock a Baby?
Oh, dude, Daryl, I would give that man $100 if he gets a sack and rocks a baby.
Hey, Daryl,
I literally will hand him $100.
$150, Daryl, if you can get a sack and do the Rock a Baby.
Yeah, against any team, not just
any
team.
No, it's got to be tomorrow.
What?
Against the Hawks.
All right.
Because other than that, they're not going to put him. They're not going to put him on defense.
That's true. Yeah, you got a good point there.
Yeah.
All right, commercial break. Coming back, we got standings and playoffs next. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Did somebody say bummy? Get yourself some bummy clothing at bummygod.com. That's bummy, GAWD.com.
Shout out to my man, Ro. I don't know if he's on tonight. I think he's doing family stuff, but look for that Bummy God clothing. Check him online. No, why are you shaking your head, Zach?
Because Raph said I'll pay his rent. That's not happening.
Oh, yeah, that's not happening. Damn.
Because what's going to happen is the Hawks quarterback is going to somehow run into him, and he's going to try to claim that. So that's why I said 50 is the max.
Or what they'll do is hey, listen, bro, I'll split it with you.
Well, it's going
I'll
towards...
split it with you if you run at me.
It's going towards rent. I'll just give it straight to Dwight.
To Dwight. You know what? Speaking of Dwight, he low-key pimping you guys out. He got a
No, he's not. Dude. He pays more than all of us.
That's what he tells you.
Nah, I know for a fact.
No,
you want to know why? You want to know how I know?
How?
Because I used to pay what he pays right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Enough said.
And I weaseled my way out of that one and got into the master bedroom with a little bit less rent.
What the? You got the master bedroom?
Hell yeah, I did.
How do you do that?
Look, it's all about the way that you pitch it.
The way you pitch it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, standings. Let's get into standings, guys. I know nobody wants to listen to us talk about our personal lives. Yeah. Standings, obviously, the shitbag Spartans are at number 1. And then we got the Canes, 2, Rebels, 3, Outlaws, 4. Here we go. Phantoms, 5. See, this 4-5 thing is going to keep flopping back and forth for the next 3 weeks, I think. I think that's going to determine kind of where we're at with those guys. 6 seed coming up, the Thunder, Titans, and the Hawks. Anything on here surprise you guys? Besides this 250 points allowed in the last line there?
I mean, the Thunder having 2 wins surprises me, honestly.
They almost lost to the Titans.
Yeah.
That came down to a coaching misjudgment on the situation. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I actually had the Titans pegged to win that game. So that's pretty surprising to me that Tucson pulled out another one.
Yep.
I'm very surprised with the Rebels as well. I thought that they'd be a lot better than the 3 seed this year, especially being the defending champions. I figured that I would have seen them probably in the 1 or 2 spot this year.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it just hasn't played out for them this year like that. But we got playoffs coming up in 3 weeks, and maybe we'll see them turn it around and go back to back.
Yeah. Speaking of the Rebels, like they just losing Ed is the I say that's the biggest reason why they're 5-2. But if you watch the game, they struggle on some stuff, adjustments. They got rid of Penn a couple weeks ago. I see you smirking over there, Zach. But yeah, I expected the same thing, Cody. I expect them to be in a 1 seed, to be very honest with you. But they're not, so. But there's our current standings through week 7, and then we got week 8 coming out next week, etc. Speaking of the standings, I want to touch base on the playoffs. Since we got some time, we got a few minutes left before we get to game of the week. Let's get into playoffs. Little disclaimer, guys. We put this together now, so there's no questions about anybody's conspiracy theories of who's winning what and the seeding and all that stuff, this, that, and the other. So this graphic got sent out to the owners on Monday. I think it went up on the website Tuesday or Wednesday. So here it is right here. So May 14th is our first round of playoffs. The 1st seed will play the 8th seed at 10 a.m. at Legacy. The 4th and 5th seed will be 7 p.m. That's the game of the week at Legacy. The 3rd seed and 6th seed will play at 4 at Legacy, and then the 2nd seed and the 7th seed will play at 1. So it's not 10-1, 4-7. It's the matchups that we're trying to get. So the 4-5 seed I think will be the biggest emotional, like everything that comes along with that game, really, because that's going to kind of depend on that. I think it'll be the Phantoms Outlaws. Personally, I think that's where they'll end up seeding after this next couple weeks. But look for that on the streams. But that would be them. Any thoughts, guys?
I think that sounds pretty good. Seeing the Phantoms and the Outlaws in the 4 and the 5. As we know, the Phantoms and the Outlaws do have quite the history against one another. Every time they meet in the playoffs, it's always a banger of a game. Super close. Extremely competitive, so that's probably a good matchup for everybody to look forward to come playoff time.
Yep, and I think Coach Love for the 1 and 8 seed being played at 10 a.m. because last year we let them decide which seeding, and he picked a 7:00 game, and it was one of the most boringest games. Who did they play? You guys play the Reapers?
No, we played the Owls.
Still boring. I just remember sitting here thinking, why did I let this happen? This is like the most boringest game at live stream. So we made the decision to try to go with the best matchup. And so we're putting that out there now for everybody to see. So then we move into semis. We have the highest seed playing the lowest seed at 4 and the second highest, second lowest at 7. Now, with that being said, we are going to most likely live stream these 2 games, and we're going to try a kind of a subscription-based thing. It's going to be a couple dollars because we're going to try to add some more graphics and some other stuff in there that's going to cost us a little extra money. So we're going to try to see how the pay-to-watch thing works. I don't know what it'll be yet. I don't even know if we can get the service up and running in that time frame. It takes a few weeks to get it on board, but both those games should be live streamed. And then, of course, we have a week break, which I'm going to get petty for a second. And then we have the after I go through this, then we have the highest seed is the home team, and the lowest seed on June 4th at 7 p.m. at Legacy. So we have a break on May 28th. Now, Raph and I had a meeting. When did we meet with those guys? Was it January? And they notified us that Legacy is not available on the 28th because of soccer tournament. It's a big thing, yada, yada, yada. I found out yesterday or Wednesday when I was getting the field all figured out, the DFL has reserved our field on May 28th to play their championship game.
Well, you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, they're going to lose our stadium for us.
No, it's not that. The Alliance is going to come in and take it from the DFL.
Say that again for the people in the back.
The Alliance League, because they did it, last week or 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
right?
Yeah, yep.
They're going to come and take it now from the DFL.
Wow.
Sorry, again, getting too petty.
No, I don't know. It's expensive, man. It's $300 an hour to rent that field. So I'm just putting it out there. You all can do the math and figure out how much the season costs. I'm surprised the DFL has that kind of backing to get that field. But I'm more pissed off about Legacy giving me and Raph a handshake that they wouldn't let another adult league play in there while we were in season. So we'll address that if we want to. But anyway, so that's the playoff picture, guys. I'm just going to ramble. Don't get me sidetracked. But good luck to everybody this next couple of weeks. Let's hit Sozo real quick. We'll come back with Game of the Week and get out of here. And we're back. Last segment of the show. Appreciate everybody hanging out for the last 15 minutes. One thing I envy Tossie about, man, is he can flow a show pretty good. I can't. Man, I appreciate every single one of you guys struggling it out for 2 years now listening to my dumbass talk. Appreciate you guys. Let's get right into it. We have the Game of the Week. Got moved from Tucson up here. So everybody knows I got an email about 12 o'clock on Wednesday from the school saying that one of the district track meets got moved to the school and they kicked us off the field. So we tried to get another field in the same district, but they have prom, et cetera, et cetera. So I know a lot of guys are upset about having to come to Phoenix and the games being switched around, but that's the second week in a row that school district screwed us over on the thing. So needless to say, we won't be going back there probably next year. And the reason we weren't at Keno is because soccer season started. So we only had 6 weeks there no matter what. So that was part of the deal. And I think we announced it way in the beginning of the season that there's only going to be so many games there. So we chose to just move. Raph and I discussed it with a few other people. And just to keep everybody in the same heartburn and the same headache of having to make the adjustments, we just moved all the games down 3 hours, moved that into 7 o'clock, and just stayed with the regular program. I know we could have moved some games around, but I felt it was just too much already, just shifting games by 3 hours and having to coordinate staff, refs, all that stuff. So if you're feeling like your team got gypped, I'm sorry, man. Everybody's team got gypped, right? Either you had to change your time schedule, you had to travel, or you lost money on a bus. So everybody's feeling the pain. So, but needless to say, let's get into the Game of the Week. Go ahead, Zach. You're up first.
Here's my question. How are the Thunder going to travel?
Hopefully better than they do at home.
That's the one thing that I'm worried about. obviously, I mean, quote unquote last minute change, kind of, I guess, right?
Yeah. It was.
So I mean, really, it's going to come down to how do they travel up here, because that's going to be the biggest factor.
Yeah.
The Outlaws have looked good in the last few weeks. Granted,
Mm-hmm.
The opponents, but still, it looks like they're finally firing all cylinders on offense. Ben Williams, Cody and I talk about him every week in the press box.
Yep.
Like MVP caliber season. Obviously, Rico's doing his thing, and then when Rico's not in, Brandon Schilling's been doing very well. So,
Correct.
and their offense and defensive lines have kind of figured it out too. So that team is really coming on strong at the right time, I think. And for the Thunder, yeah, you've got 2 wins, but they've been kind of ugly still.
Yeah, they have been very messy.
I think for the Thunder to be successful, I think hopefully Deron Billups, right? That's their like all-star playmaker.
Yep.
Get the ball in his hands.
Correct.
Get the ball in his hands. Let him
Sure.
try to make a play for you, and see what happens.
Yeah.
But it all depends on how much they can travel, honestly.
Yeah, see, we got a comment down there from Tanner Swanger talking about them, the fact that the playoffs are coming up soon. So the fact that they have to travel this week, it kind of helps test them, for their ability to be able to travel because, they're going to have to drive up to play in the playoff games and things like that. Ultimately, at the end of this one, I think the Outlaws are going to come out on top. But my question is, how much are we going to see out of Ben Williams and Brian Conley in the backfield tomorrow? We've got the playoffs coming, and those 2 guys are, great in the running game, and we've seen Ben on multiple occasions this year. He's gone off for some 60-plus yard scampers for touchdowns, and Connolly is more of a power back, but both of those guys are bruisers, and they can definitely run with the rock. So that's my question. How much are we going to see out of them tomorrow? Because you want to make sure that those guys are healthy coming into the playoffs.
No, I mean that's a very good observation. I agree with you 100%. I think Ben. I mean, you played with him, Cody. I felt like he's always struggled when he owned a team. Now that he's just playing again, he's really just like dialed in.
Yeah.
And I think if you get him outside the pocket, outside the tackles, he's off to the races. So definitely give him credit on that, and Conley too. That guy's just a beast, man.
Yeah, and I can agree with you on that. As far as having struggles while owning a team and playing at the same time, for me it just feels like there's too much going on. Like how do you manage to juggle both being a player and owning the team at the same time? And even for coach players, like we've seen that time and time again. How do those guys manage that? They're coaching on the sidelines and then they're coming in and playing. It's tough to do that, man. So I feel like you're not playing at the highest ability that you can when you've got multiple things going on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Do we know how many carries Ben has this year?
Yeah, give me 1 second. You guys
want
keep
to pull it up?
talking away. I'll pull it up here.
So my whole point of this is if they get a lead big enough, I think you pull him and you pull Conley. I think you don't play them the rest of the game. Because every time, at least I've seen the Outlaws play, it seems like Ben and Booby get a ton of carries. And you kind of have to wonder about the workload a little bit. So 67 rushing attempts for Ben this season.
For 500.
For 514.
So he's averaging 7.7 yards a carry.
And 7 touchdowns. At some point, I know obviously Ben owns a gym. Obviously he's in good shape. He's not, like Cody said, he's not focusing on owning a team. Now he can probably focus on getting himself ready on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
But at some point you have to think, okay, when do we, especially in a game like this where you're probably favored by at least a couple of scores, at what point do you shut them down? Because you do have the Canes coming up, and I think, we play them next week. Mm-hmm. So at some point you have to wonder to yourself, when do we kind of give these 2 guys a little bit of a break to basically start the playoffs next week?
Yeah.
In reality. So that's kind of my thing with it. But I'm going to go 28-6 Outlaws.
Okay.
I think the Thunder get a kick return again on the Outlaws special teams.
That's good. I'll go with 24-6 for the Outlaws in this one.
Okay. I think if they keep Booby and Ben in, it'll be a little higher than that. It'll be up in the high 30s. But if they take them out, I'm right there with you guys. I think 24, 20, right at range.
Yeah.
I think the Thunder catch them slipping. Like, I'll get them one play, like you said, special teams, things like that. You know, I'm going to go back to my notes a little bit. Comes back to the travel, though. Let's circle back to that. If the Thunder come up here with 20 guys or 23 or 25, that's going to be a long game because I was going through the roster checks this week, inputting everybody's stuff, and, man, the fucking Outlaws got 60 dudes. Maybe 3 of them don't check in a week. So there's 55-plus dudes on the sidelines every week for those guys. Even when they went to Tucson, I think they ended up taking home one full bus and a couple cars.
Wow.
So it's hard to beat the rotation and the freshness, I guess, of legs and things like that. So, any words, Raph board over there? Waiting to go to work.
Raph's looking at the ceiling too.
In homage to my friend Bush, I think we're gonna go 24-12 Outlaws.
Okay. And I see your note here. Kevin Derryberry, Cody Cameron on the call.
Yep, they'll be on the mic this weekend. Shout out to those guys; they're doing a great job this season. A lot of compliments with them. And those so you guys know, Jesse's still doing Intel, but he is CMX picked up the women's tackle football. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, so he's. JR and Jesse are back out doing that home game tomorrow at Mountain Point.
Yeah, Cody texts me every week when we don't mention his name. Mad that we didn't mention him. So
in this show,
there you go, Cody. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He goes, "Wow, no mention once again." I was like, "Dude, all right."
No mention. Go look at the comments on the live stream. That's all they do is talk about how good those guys are.
No, I'm talking about on this show though, specifically.
This is the first time we've talked about Derryberry, I think.
I know. Well, that's what he said, but. I've worked with Cody for a few years now, so that's why he does that to me. He doesn't mean it seriously.
Oh,
but,
Mr. Cameron.
Yeah.
No, but they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
I enjoy listening to them. I usually watch the live stream on my way home. I stick it on the car audio and just listen to it since I don't get to really watch it live in the moment. So, any last words from you guys before we sign off for the night? Any comments we need to circle back to?
I don't know about comments, but as far as updates on the pages, I think you've got most of them tomorrow.
Well, I'm not gonna be there until the 4:00 game.
Oh, that makes 2 of us. So sorry guys, no updates because I have 2 things I have to go to for work, so I won't be there till the 4:00 game probably. So
we will leave it up to our man to the right, Mr. Raff, because CMX photographers are doing the Pats run in the morning. So
okay.
We will not have photographers. I think from at least the league from the first game, maybe the second game too.
So Raph, you have to live post from your game at 10 a.m.
Yep.
Our game at 10 a.m.
Yeah, he's gonna carry it in his sock. We'll have somebody on there, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of tomorrow, gates open at 8:30. The trainer will be there at 8:30. I know we try to get in at 8, but due to the short notice, Legacies said that's probably the earliest they'll be there. So please be patient. Those of you guys coming in the first game, try to be as dressed as possible just because it's early. And I'll be in and out throughout the day. So please just don't talk to me. And you guys enjoy the games.
Don't talk to me.
And my man Chris, I see you in the chats here. Hopefully that 7 o'clock game you'll still be around and we can finally get that beer that we've been trying to get for a couple weeks now. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for watching again. This is Commish signing off for week 8, and we will see you guys tomorrow.